Hey guys, Jeremy here at My Way MFG. Sitting here looking out the window, waiting on the blizzard to roll in. I guess we're supposed to get 6 to 12 inches of snow between today and tomorrow. And well, I sure ain't looking forward to that. But hey, it's that time of year, you know. Yeah, I was going to kind of give you an origin story on My Way MFG. So we're going to go back to when I was about 12 years old. I got my first motorcycle. It was not really a motorcycle. I thought it was a motorcycle. But it was called a Buffalo. It was like a big mini bike frame. It was kind of the size of a full-size motorcycle. It had like 3-wheeler tires on it, like the balloon tires, you know. You know, big frame, size of like a 125 or something. It was like a great big mini bike, I guess. It had like a 5-6 horse Tecumseh on it. Thing can do about 35 mile an hour, you know. I rode that thing hundreds of miles, if not thousands. About a year later, I got a Yamaha 100. Nice little motorcycle. It wasn't very fast either, but it'd do about 55. Some of my buddies, they had stuff that was faster. I had one buddy, he had a YZ80. It ran like a street ass ape. And another friend of mine had a Kawasaki 125. It was faster than my 100. I was always wanting to build stuff, you know. So I got looking at the old Buffalo one day. I still had it. It was sitting there. And somebody, I don't know who, I don't know where I got it, but somebody gave me a great big chainsaw motor. It was huge. It didn't have a bar on it. I suppose if it did, it probably had a 48-inch bar or bigger. It was a big saw. Don't remember the brand either. I'm thinking of Sears or McCullough or something like that. Can't remember. Compression release on it. Without it, you'd never pulled the rope. You pull the rope, you get that thing started, and man, was it hot. You can't hardly hang on to it and rev it up without the bar on it. It just twists right out of your hands. And I mean, as soon as you hit the throttle on that, those RPMs were instant. It was right now. Vroom, vroom. It was hot. It sounded hot. Anyway, I had that chainsaw motor. I had a few dull drill bits. Big old Thor electric 1/2-inch drill from 1930. And I had a Forney stick welder. Some 70-18 rod. I'm 13 years old and I got a dream. We're gonna put that chainsaw motor on the Buffalo. Yeah, we're gonna fly. We're gonna fly. So I spent 2 days out there. 2 days. I drilled holes through the handlebars and on the chainsaw. I got her bolted down in the frame. Bale and wire duct tape. I got a throttle cable working. I got a sprocket welded into a centrifugal clutch. It would work with the chain. A little help with that old Forney welder. Split a chain, got it on there, master link back together. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So I sat down on that. Get her started. Man, you can feel it. You can feel the power through the handlebars. She's just shaking the ground under you. You can tell this ain't the mild-mannered Buffalo that I'm used to. This is a fire-breathing death machine, right? This thing's gonna fly. I'm gonna outrun everybody. Chicks, I'm gonna have girls everywhere. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love this thing. It's gonna be a chick magnet, you know, right? I crack into the throttle, instant RPM. You know what happens when you have instant RPM and a centrifugal clutch? Instant clutch lockup too. I crack into it, that thing did just what I thought it would do. I'm digging sod, throwing gravel, I mean, this thing will fly in reverse. In reverse. I'd been working about 60 feet from a cattle fence. There'd been 4 cows standing there watching me the whole 2 days. Cows will stare at you. They just stare at you. They look at you like they're smarter than you are. They just stare. What are you doing, Jeremy? What are you trying to do? Backwards I go. 20 foot, I fall over. It's laying there outside, running wide open. I'm picking gravel out of my face. I run over, I get the thing shut off. Stand it up, and I'm looking at it. There's nothing easy I can do to fix this thing. The motor turns the other direction. I can't change nothing. It is what it is. I spent 2 days building a machine that Evel Knievel would not have rode. It would have scared him to death. It was the scariest motorcycle in the world. You're saying, Jeremy, it can't be the scariest motorcycle in the world. Some motorcycles go 300 mile an hour. This one goes 60 mile an hour in reverse. That's worse. It's scary. Believe me, that's scarier. I can ride a motorcycle forward. Evel Knievel can't ride one backward. Anyway, I pushed it back in the corner of the barn. That's as far as that project went. But since then, I've built a lot of stuff. Some of it's been successful. Some of it, not so much. That's probably the origin of My Way Manufacturing. Every time I built something like that, I would just say, yeah, this is from My Way Manufacturing. And then like in the early 2000s, when everybody started coming up with email, what's my email gonna be? I just put in My Way Manufacturing. That's always been my email for like the last 20 years. So when it comes time to start a YouTube channel, and I'm working on stuff, what would I call it, It's gonna be My Way Manufacturing, so. That's what we do here at My Way Manufacturing, so keep in mind, this ain't Right Way Manufacturing, it's My Way Manufacturing. Never listen to the guy on the internet. Hey guys, I also wanted to show this to you. Let's see if you're interested in it or not. If this is something you want to see get done, write me a comment, or let me know so I know whether to do it or not. I know a lot of the subscribers that have subscribed to the channel are probably car guys, but hey, a lot of car guys are motorcycle guys too, right? I don't know, but I am, so maybe you are. But anyway, I'm going to show you this. All right, guys, this is a 1958 simplex automatic. If you've never heard of one, it's an American-made motorcycle. They were built in New Orleans. Their own company, Simplex, a man named Paul Treen started the company. He had a Harley-Davidson dealership, and back in the 30s, he approached Harley-Davidson about making a small, lightweight motorcycle. And at that time, they weren't interested in doing so, so he started his own factory producing these. And I could be wrong on this. My friend Ken would know, but I think Simplex was the 3rd longest running motorcycle company behind Indian. It went Harley's the longest at Indian, and I believe Simplex. I think they went from 1935 to 1960, which put them in 3rd place for longest running. And like I said, I could be wrong on that. But anyway, I got this thing out of a scrap pile back when I was about 22 years old. Terrible condition. It'd been laying in a scrap pile for years. It was rusty, the spokes were rusted out, the tires were rotted off, nothing would turn, nothing would spin. The motor was out of the frame, apart. The bearings were rusted inside to the crankshaft. Nothing down there would turn. It was just a solid hunk of rust. The first thing I did, I got the bottom end of the engine done. If you're ever wondering how to get steel bearings out of aluminum motorcycle casings, like on a bottom end of an engine, they're pressed in there, put it in the oven, 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Take it out of the oven, shake it, put your oven mitts on, shake it. Everything that's steel will just fall out, and you'll have bare cases. It expands the aluminum, and then after it cools, it shrinks back down. But hey, there again, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. you might have expensive casings, and I don't want you to ever blame me for ruining them. But anyway, that is how you do it, and that's what I did here. So at that point, I had good casings, bare casings. I took the crank to a machine shop. They bead blasted everything, got the bearings off, uh, sent me new bearings home with it. I got the bottom end back together. I had a rolling, turning bottom end. The cylinder and head are one piece on this, so it's a blind hole. The cylinder sleeve was rotted through, rusted through, you know. You couldn't get anybody to bore it because it was a blind hole. I couldn't find anybody to re-sleeve it. I was missing this exhaust manifold, and I was missing all the exhaust. I had the clutch. I rebuilt it. This was gone. I had a different one I put on, made field lines. It's belt drive. I was missing, it's called a shim, the big pulley that goes around the wheel. My friend Ken Swanson had one of those. You know, for years, back in all through the 90s and early 2000s, I didn't even know what a simplex was, or no idea where to get parts for it. I just thought it was cool. So I had it sitting in my house. It was just kind of a decoration, you know. Well, then after the internet come along, I started figuring out I could get parts for it. There's a guy in Alabama named Wayne Mahaffey that reproduces a lot of parts for these, plus he has a lot of new old stock stuff and just stuff he's collected. So he has most stuff. The center was, but I didn't know that for years. And also the guy I'm talking about, Ken, he lives literally 15 miles from me, and he's been rebuilding these for years. I didn't know he existed, didn't know anybody that close would have parts. But anyway, since then I've started putting it back together. I'd sent the motor down to Wayne in Alabama. I was going to put it all together myself, and I did. I put the motor together myself. I'd ordered parts from him, put the piston rings in it and everything. The center was broke out on my flywheel, and that's got to be timed so that the magnet placement's in line with the point cams. So there was a guy in Florida. He built me a jig off a flywheel he had. He come off like a Simplex Owners Group website. He sent this thing up to me, so I knew how to position it. But I could never get the flywheel, nothing to work to fix it. It's like a cast iron or cast something, and it wouldn't weld. I couldn't get it to braze or anything. So anyway, I needed the flywheel fixed. Wayne said he could do it. He's down in Alabama, so rather than just sending him the flywheel, I sent him the whole motor. It just seemed smarter to me to do that. You know, that way he could kind of check over my work and make sure everything was right. So I sent that motor down to him. It's got new piston rings, cylinder's been re-sleeved, carb kit in it, all the electrical's working, new compression plate, new exhaust manifold. I've got a new flywheel cover on that repaired flywheel now. I've got the exhaust I bought from Ken. I've got a new rear tire on it, all new spokes. The brakes are all good. All the cables are back on it. All that's working good. If you can see, if I twist the throttle, there's the throttle, here's the choke. What's left to do? I've got to put the bearings in the front wheel, put the brakes in it, get the hub where it'll spin true. I haven't trued up this wheel yet. The spokes I've got in, but they've never been tightened or trued. I got to true the wheel up, put a front tire and tube on it. I've got to put hand grips on it, the rubber pad on the brake pedal. I'm still missing the air cleaner. I've got to get it. There's a gasket that goes behind the headlight bulb I still need. Wayne has got decals for the gas tank. I put them back on so it looks right. I've got to clean the gas tank and then find some kind of bulb to go in the taillight. I got to get a taillight bulb. As soon as those things are done, this should be ready to run. And I've had it for 30 years. I've never heard it run. Wayne fired that motor on the bench down at his place, sent it back to me. I've never started it. It's never been started since the motor's been rebuilt. But I literally probably need only $300 in parts, a couple days work, and this is ready to go. With it getting cold outside and the garage being too cold to work in, I might spend a couple days on this as some video content, you know. But yeah, let me know what you think of this project, and maybe you want to see it, maybe you don't. Just shoot me a comment, you know, so I know. But anyway, either way, it's going to get done eventually, whether I do the videos or not. So that's what we got there, guys. 58 simplex automatic, and it's close. We're going to be doing the car show circuit next year with Eliza, and drag races and all those cool events, you know. The 59 Apache is going to be going too, and I could throw this in the back and you know, ride it over to get me a corn dog or something, so I didn't have to walk so far. So and make a good addition to the car show. So let me know what you guys think. Hey, I wanted to end this video, just give you kind of a walk around of this room I'm standing in. I've had a couple commenters thinking I'm grinding and cutting metal in the kitchen. But yeah, this isn't really my kitchen, but I can understand why you might think it would be. Let me show you around here. All right, I'm standing by the door now. This door leads right out to the garage there where we've been working. But I got a little table and chairs there. We got guys, mostly old guys, that come over in the morning and drink coffee, like retired guys and stuff. So they get up real early. They're usually in here drinking coffee by the time I walk down the stairs. They're usually here. They get here before I wake up. Them old guys get up early, you know. But yeah, that coffee pot's on a timer, so every morning there's fresh coffee. It starts at like 6 o'clock, 5:30. Got a TV up there and a little sink. Kind of some kitchen looking stuff. There's a refrigerator, a microwave. This bench that you guys see me cutting on all the time. Over here's the motorcycle we just saw. We got tools hanging up there, and tools in there. This bench, it looks kitchen-like because of the tablecloth, but if you look under it, it's all tools, miscellaneous stuff under there. I got a plumbing and heating shop I run out of this building, and this is kind of like the tool room, break room, everything room. There's a refrigerator there, and then you come in here, we got a stove and a desk and dog bones, and that's where the furnace and water heater's set. Over here we got a bunch of like collector cars and stuff in this cabinet. And these drawers are all full of like furnace parts, plumbing parts, and yeah, over here we got tool cabinets and torches and drills and more toys. There's a drill press over there behind them plants. This is I guess you would call it a multi-purpose room. We live upstairs. This is a downstairs this is a big old building. It used to be a lumber yard. And upstairs is our living quarters. But yeah, this isn't really our kitchen. It's just, you know, all-purpose room, I guess. And I showed you in one of those Eliza videos, the new garage I'm working on building. I started back in June. All these tools and stuff will get moved out there as soon as that's done, and we'll have a warm place to work next winter. And man, am I looking forward to that, because that little garage out there is cold. So yeah, the new one's going to have a heated floor. So that's where we're at, guys. That's going to make my videos so much better with that new garage and heated floor and lights and all my tools in one spot. And yeah, I just got a lot going on right now, guys. I got a lot to finish. So anyway, Jeremy, waiting on the blizzard. I want to really thank all the guys who've subscribed to the channel. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We're doing good so far, man, and I'm enjoying it. So have a good Christmas, guys.